Hey everybody, Steven here from Oddball Publishing, and just wanted to make an announcement that we are actually doing a remake of our first book, Color Me Zombied, and we're actually going to have Zach Raw do all the art, and he's done a phenomenal job with our follow-up, which was Undyed Nightmare, and he has another project. We're doing another book that we've kind of been keeping hush-hush about. We'll have announcements on that coming up in the next couple months. Which is a witch book, all female characters. It's really all I want to talk about with that. But we wanted to make the art consistent, and I mean, he's a local artist here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just phenomenal what he's done with Undyed Nightmare and the handful of images we have for that upcoming book. If you saw the thumbnail or the picture or illustration at the beginning of this video, that's actually kind of a mock, like rough. We're just wanting to see what we can do with the art for this remake, and so that won't actually be necessarily in the book. It might be somewhere, but that was just him kind of testing everything out. It looks phenomenal, nailed down the look. The first book, Color Me Zombied, I did the story for it. I did all the art with it. Wanted to do this for my son just because he's been obsessed with zombies, as boys are at that kind of 5 to 6 year old age, and he's kind of grown, and he still really likes zombies and all of that. And there aren't a ton of kid appropriate zombie books out there. It is slowly becoming something that you're seeing more and more. I can't remember the name of the series that he reads, which is Zombies. So you're seeing more of that stuff. It's still not quite mainstream in terms of, like, you're going to find a ton of different books for kids. So we wanted to make this not only kid friendly, but something that they can kind of grow with. I mean, our demo for this was like maybe like 5 to 7, and then this one was like 7 to 9, and the next one will still kind of keep in that range. We do want to keep it still like under 12 really with that, but we're going to change kind of the story up, and we do really want to plan this as multiple books. We already have the third one kind of roughed out. We haven't begun like the official work on it, but I kind of do the bullet points of what's the story going to be, what are the kind of the arcs and the pillars that we want to hit in that, what's the overall story, and then Isaac, he kind of goes in there and does his magic, and me and him kind of flesh that out, and he's just a better writer than I am, and wanted to pair with him, and that's why we formed Oddball Publishing, because this has just been a great pairing between us. And then put Zach Raw's art on top of that, and I mean, this book, I mean, of course you're going to be super proud of whatever you've done, but I really do think this is an amazing book in terms of the story, the art, all of that. And we just wanted to make sure that this first one matched the look of this, the look, the feel. So we're going to clean up the story a little bit. Isaac's helping to rewrite some of the parts in there that I've gone through, and I'm like, okay, like, you can write better than I can. How do we fix this? How do we make this flow a little bit better, right? How do we tell the overall story a little bit better? So we're looking at cleaning up some of that, and then where I couldn't quite make the art up to the standard that I wanted it to, just because I mean, I went to the Art Institute of Seattle for a little bit. I actually wanted that originally, graphic design, and then I switched over to video game design, but that was over a decade ago, like, and I've been out of the game. I don't really do any drawing or painting anymore like I used to. So because of that, my skill level just isn't anywhere near Zach's. We're gonna look at some of these images and where can he put his touch on it and make just the art kind of way better, and where can he kind of help us a little bit too, in terms of he has a different viewpoint on what we could do with this. So excited for that. The cool thing is we're gonna do a standard version, and we actually want the cuts to be the same, because that's one of the other things that we were like, how do we make these all the same? Like, this one is obviously, it's not as tall, but it's a lot longer, and we wanted to shorten that so they all begin to fit this 6x9 size. And I think this was, I can't even remember what this was in terms of the actual size of it, but we want to make them all the same. That way when we do have multiple, right? And I don't know how many we're going to make. Right now we do have that third in the works. I've kind of been dreaming up a couple other ones that we could do. I'd like personally to have like 5 to 10. That way you have like a zombie book series, and you get to tell the story of this zombie boy Caleb, which is my son. My writing partner's daughter is in it, and we can kind of tell their story and all the different things that they can or could get into, and just really, really fascinated with the notion of a zombie town that remains zombies. But don't want to spoil the stories for anybody. I'll put links for these, by the way, if you do want to order these. If you want to contact me directly, also, I mean, you want a signed copy, I'll try to make sure that at least me, my son, and Zach get our signatures on it. Isaac's a little bit harder, my writing partner, just because he lives in Denver and we're in Tulsa, Oklahoma here. But the other cool thing with this, because a lot of these images are black and white with color added later, and it has to do with the story, obviously Color Me Zombied, right? We actually are planning on doing a color book version of that, where we're going to actually have the art kind of blank. We're not going to fill it in. So you could buy the version where it's colored in for you and all that, or we're actually going to have a version where you could go in and your son, daughter, family member, whoever could go in and actually color the images as they see fit. So it'll be kind of a 2-for-1 deal right there, and they get to portray that, at least the illustrations, as they want to with that. In this Undyed Nightmare, we have hidden images that you can go back and try and find with questions that you answer towards the end here. Let's see this up. So hidden image page right here that we say, hey, can you find these objects in the book? We're going to do the same thing with this one, and add those small little touches that I think makes our series just a little bit different than anything else that you're seeing out there. So stay tuned. We're going to pump out more content in terms of pictures on our Instagram, and I'll put a link for the Instagram page. We're actually going to be hopefully doing a couple more videos, try and get Zach doing a video of him doing some of his artwork, because it's just phenomenal to watch him time-lapsed when he gets one of these done. And we'll have more and more announcements as the date gets closer. Now we're aiming for a June kind of release date for these. Sometimes those timelines fluctuate, so I can't 100% say for sure, hey, it's gonna be June, but that's really, we're gonna push as hard as we can to make sure that that happens. So I'll put the links for these books, like I said, in the description below if you want to order them. If you actually want to personalize one, and you can get whatever we do, PayPal or whatever it is, I'll make sure that I get that out to you, and we'll get it signed and all of that as well. And then we actually have like limited edition prints and all these other things that you can check and look at on our Instagram. And if you're wanting one of those also, we can try to work something out where we can get that to you. We all have other jobs. I do, my writing partner does. Zach does his art full time, but he's not committed solely to us. So we have other projects going on as well, other jobs, other things going on as well. So in terms of having a website and all of that, we're just not there yet. We want more books. We want more products. It's hard to have a website for just one book right now. Once we get this other one, the third book, hopefully later this year, this other witch book that we have in the pipe works, that maybe we'll look at slowly starting to do that as well, and then we can really direct you there. We're not built up quite enough yet, but if you guys like this video, hit the like button for me. If you want to share this, if you have somebody maybe in mind that would like a zombie kids book, right? Son, daughter, niece, nephew, whoever, grandson, let us know, and we can personalize that too. If you want like a note or something like that, we always thank everybody for buying the book when we actually write it out, just like a thank you for buying this, and we really appreciate it. But if there's a specific message you want in that also, you could always request that. We'll make sure that we get that done for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. Check back soon. We're gonna have more of these pumping out. Like I said, go over to the Instagram if you don't mind. Follow us. That way you can follow along with all the different projects, just not only these zombie books, but the other ones we have in the works as well. Thanks for watching.